fireman where it's at. You're gonna run into a burning building and save my ass. I'm gonna praise about you forever and ever. You know? It's just, I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it myself. I probably would, because I'm brave too. But it's just I'm a little weaker. I don't think I can carry a body on top of me, out on my shoulders or something. So if they can't walk out, then they're gonna stay there. You know. But I burned down my house. I wasn't here when it happened. I burned down my house. I was 17 when it happened. I'm a cigarette and in bed. I'm not gonna get into a story, but it was a nightmare. Learned a lot. Learned about what happens when you burn down a house. I had to live in my driveway for 8 months. Wasn't fun. Lost a beautiful bird from that. I always had birds. Ever since I was a baby, I always had birds. I always had dogs too. Birds and dogs. Then when I got my younger teenager ages, I had snakes and turtles and all kinds of things. And when I was 13, I think it was 13 or 12, at the horse farm, you know, I got into taxidermy. You know, we make skins, like deer skins, and I started with raccoon skins. One of the guys at the farm, his dog would kill raccoons, a Labrador, but I know Max, his name was Max. Great dog, really great dog. But he would go out walking with him in the woods in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. He would go out and walk with him in the woods and come back with a raccoon. Raccoons are very dangerous for dogs, you know. They kill dogs. Once that dog gets that raccoon on, when the raccoon doesn't know it, it's a dead dog. But they turn upside down and just floor at the stomach when the dog gets them, and they rip the guts out of the dog. You know, so, yeah, it's a very bad complication. They don't fight there, and they don't care. But this Labrador always got the raccoons. They always bit the head. I always bit them in the head. The skin was always good because they didn't rip the skin apart. They always bit the head. And he taught me how to skin it, take it from a raccoon to a skin. That was good, you know. I was 13, you know. I learned the intestines, the liver, all the different parts inside the body, you know, and it was a good education. Very good education. Learned how to skin her, how to do the skin and make it so. I had them all in my room. When my room went on fire, it didn't help. You know. But then I had deer skins, I had a deer head. That was crazy. Yeah. Until I didn't have girlfriends. I had 2 snakes. I had 3 birds. And I was good. I was a good trainer. I could train a bird. I would take a bird that you couldn't do anything with. I'd bring them in the bathroom. And the reason we bring them in the bathroom, there's no windows. It's a very small, contained area, and they can't fly too far. You know, so if they do get away from you, they ain't going anywhere. And I would go in the bathroom and come out with a trained bird. Take a while, but I do it. I was 13. I was like 13 years old doing that. Nobody taught me how to do it. I just did it. You gotta have a lot of experience in life. to have a life. And right now, I'm not having much experience, and I'm not liking it. I lost my car. They screwed my car. I know they screwed my car. For one thing, they replaced my car with a car that looks just like mine. You know how I know that? The dumbasses, the car that they replaced my car with, one had a door key, one had, a hole in the door for a key, and the other one didn't. So if it had a door key, I knew I had a different car. It's like they didn't replace it with the same exact car. One had a door key and one didn't. It was ironic. Like, I wouldn't notice that. Like, I wouldn't. It was stupid. I guess they were screwing with my cars. They're always screwing my cars. They're screwing my van. I lost my van because of that. I had a nice custom van. Gone. My friend Brian told me, friend Brian, I don't like using the word friend, but this guy Brian had AA, of course. He told me he could disable a car where you could never fix it, because you never find out why it was disabled. So that's how a liar tells the truth. They say it right into your face, just like Trump.